Hey dudes and dudettes, here with another Path of Exile video for you, and this is for a support gem. I'll read the support gem and then we'll go over some of the builds it's used for and so forth. Faster projectiles. Support projectile, meaning it supports projectile based stuff. Like this here. See, you see projectile spell, it supports it if it says projectile. Level 18, I've leveled mine. Mana multiplier 110%. So it's not going to make the skill or spell or anything that you're casting take a ton of mana. 10% is negligible. So you won't notice it much. It requires level 64, I've leveled mine, and 102 dex. So the dex cost does get pretty steep. You'll have to invest quite a bit into dex to use this. 64% increased projectile speed and 18% increased projectile damage. You can see there that as it levels, increased projectile speed goes up and increased projectile damage. So it is very good for anything that is projectile based. The skill I'll be using it with today is Ethereal Knives. Now first I'm going to show you what Ethereal Knives looks like without it and then with it. So let's just get right here and you can see how far they're going. Let's measure it. Right there. It's going to that little line right there. A little bit over maybe. So let's see it with the increased projectile speed that this brings. As you can see, it goes much further, and they fly faster. Basically, think of it as increased AoE for the projectile. Think of it as increased range, increased damage, style. This works well with Flame Totem and Incinerate Spell Totem, or anything that's, like I said before, anything that's projectile, but it shines with Flame Totem. Most people prefer to use others, but with my Flame Totem, with this increased projectile speed that this brings, its normal Flame Totem would shoot to maybe right about there, but with the increased projectile speed, it shoots to right over here. So you can cast a Flame Totem here, and it hits enemies way over here, which is very useful, considering how many times Flame Totem hits. If you have a support gem like the blind one I did, it can blind them from way far, so by the time you get to it or the minions get to the enemies, they've already taken considerable damage, and they're running around aimlessly because of the blind support gem. So if you have a projectile based spell or anything projectile based, try this out. Trust me, it's underrated in my opinion, because I would rate it like really high. So I hope this helped you find out more about a cool support gem. And as always, take care, be safe, and be cool to each other.